Good afternoon. It's April 25th, 2024, and today we had a range day that ended up being pretty bullish day. So let's take a look how it ends up on the daily chart. Big bullish bar. So I mean, you know, we've been in a bull market since November, and so this could just be like a 25% correction of this bull move. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And I mean, this thing could test the highs. It could sell completely off down to 4,200. We don't know, but it's looking bullish right now. So anyway, let's take a look at these trades that I have marked. So we're in this bear channel, or not bear channel, bear. We're in this range, and it's only 15 points. So we're clearly in breakout mode, and there's a news item right here, 5:30, and it breaks out to the low side, and I think it's reasonable to short this, set the close of this bar, and look for that measured move. It'd be unclear where to put your stop, which is the only problem. But when we get this lower high right here, put your stop above that, and boom. And you can see plenty of people taking profits right there. This is definitely a reasonable second entry short. The bear move is much stronger than this bull move, and you can see the bull bodies are shrinking, and so I think it's reasonable to go short there. And I believe this to be a spike and channel down. And I was looking at this in real time. I suspected that starting here, we had a small pullback bear trend. In hindsight, it doesn't really look that way, but in real time, it just felt like a strong bear move. And I think I got out, I think it was on this bar, which isn't really a bad place to get out. I'm pretty sure it was on that bar. But if you believe it to be a small pullback bear trend, you should probably wait until you get a close on the other side of the EMA, and that doesn't come. That would have gotten me probably 5 more points. And honestly, I mean, this is such a clear sell climax right here. I'd probably have taken my profits down here and gotten almost 10 more points, really. Very clear sell climax. But anyway, we get a second entry short right here. It's really just a two-legged pullback, big bearish bar, sell climax, everyone taking their profits. This is a second entry short, but after this sell climax, I'd probably wait a little bit. And we go sideways and you get a double test, but this is a pretty tight trading range, so I'm not crazy about that. And there's so much overlap in here, I don't see why you would take anything in here. But when we come up here and you get a second entry short right at that price level again, with room back to the EMA, I think that's a very reasonable entry. I think I just marked this as green because of all the overlap and after this bull move. And so anyway, we sell off. I didn't see this channel until now. But you can see that bear channel. We break out of the range to the low side and form a sort of, I would say wedge bottom, but yeah, I would say, yeah, one, you could say one, and this is like 2 and 3, and it just bounces. And that's also a second entry long. So failed break lower. I mean, super aggressive move right here to go long here, but room back to the EMA. If you see that channel, maybe you consider that. Failed second entry short right there. I don't think I'm taking that. It's too. I think this is it's too much congestion. You can see the bears gave up right here, and we start going higher, and you get this level of resistance up here. After the breakout to the high side, it fails, and this is a failed second entry long and a second entry short. I think it's reasonable to take that after that bear leg, 2 legs back, boom, second leg. And you could have gotten in on this whole move pretty much, because you'd probably be looking for, if you didn't take your profits right at that midline, you'd probably be looking for a measured move, and you'd probably just put it right above this bar, so you get almost that whole move. Boom, sell off a little more, and then we rally. And you know, with I'd probably have moved my range lows to down here. Yeah, and that makes this a midline, so that makes sense. So these are aggressive entries. These are even more aggressive than I anticipated, but there's a lot of buying happening, a lot of bull bars. So you do get a second entry long right here. Maybe you take that. Maybe you take the higher low right there. And we match that high and sell off. And then you get a first entry failed, second entry long. We're making new highs now. Come up here. Here, we start making gaps. So the first gap is right here. So we get this sell off, and I wish I had recognized, I think I did see this in real time, but it does make sense to take your profits here, which is what I did. I think below this doji. Oh no, I took it below this bar. But you can see we get a second entry long right off that trend line after the failed closing of the gap. Higher low, boom. First entry, second entry, they trap some bulls. There's a lot of dojis in here, and it's right at the measured move of this range I'm seeing. Then you get, really this is like a double top. First entry, second entry, it's inside bar. So it's pretty aggressive. We keep going higher, first entry, second entry. I just like these because these gaps are staying open. Failed to close it here, boom. Second entry long. Pull back. Oh, they trapped a lot of bears right, or bulls right here. And then you get a second leg down. I marked this red. I should definitely mark this green because we don't have a new high in place, but this was just looking pretty good, but as a failed second entry long, but you can actually see it's not a failed second entry long. It's like a third or fourth entry. But yeah, I thought we were for sure closing this gap, and we didn't. And look at that. It stops, and you get this bull micro channel after failing to fill that gap. And that's two gaps. That's 2 gaps that they failed to close, at least the ones that I'm seeing. You know, there's probably more. And look at this micro channel. I would just buy, and especially when you get this big bull bar, look for the measured move, buy, and boom, look, people take profits here. It goes a little further, but that you got to be able to see that stuff. I mean, you will see this stuff if you just keep studying your charts. And yeah, so we go higher, people take profits at the close from yesterday. You get a pullback and then a higher low right here. Maybe you consider that one. I don't like that because of all these levels of resistance, and you can see there's plenty of resistance. But I figured higher low after we failed to close yet another gap. Probably worth a scalp. And sells off a little bit. Get a second entry short right here, and now these two gaps are closed. Second entry short right here. I'm not crazy about it after how bullish this move was. Some sideways stuff, and then boom, rockets up again. And then resistance up here, sells off, goes sideways into the close. That's all. But look at this after the close. This is the same thing as this move right here. And I don't know if it's like a gap that failed to close. I don't think there's any gaps here, but look at that move. We get this bull micro channel, big bull bar, and it's a measuring gap. Boom. Same thing here, except it's not, you know, we get a pullback right here. But look at how big these bull bars are compared to the last, 90 bars or so, let's say. Let's say from like right here. 95 bars. Look at how big those are. And so when we get this big bull bar, it's the same thing. It's a measuring gap. Look at where people took profits. They first took profits like me right here at the measure move. Then it goes a little further and then it goes sideways. Same thing. So, you can hop in this. You can get in on this move. And this one's a little easier because you could just put your stop below this higher low right here. And you're risking, let's say you get in at the close of this bar. Risking 13 points. To get 18. So not a great trader's equation, but it's solid. It's better than 1-to-1. Risk reward. So I just moved my screen. There we go. So yeah, that's how I saw it today. I hope everyone had a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow.